didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Second down, back to Sanders. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we've both agreed that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 7th season in the league, former #1 overall pick, Jameis Winston.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jameis to throw it. They'll get this out to Kamara. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal. So instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it second down. Here's Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Kamara. Oh, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with the football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Following the interception, Winston. And his throw is incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that
one. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. Quick slant here to Smith. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run it with Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Again, Kamara. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They run. It's Kamara. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Kamara on 4th and goal, unable to get in. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Marcus Davenport drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And now following really a head-scratching decision, shall we say, they've been gifted with a 1st and goal. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field.
Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. from 6 yards away. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Hurts.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Winston now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 14. Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Winston. He's got Smith here. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Sanders. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Able to slither by. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack, because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Winston. They go screen. This is Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And down inside the 15 he goes.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this 1st half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
But 1st down, Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
Only able to gain a couple there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is Harris. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. He's got to be feeling pretty good. Playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football.
Ingram churning. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Harris. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Over the middle to Smith. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing is Hurts. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a day it's been so far. This is the third of our Saturday triple header. 3 more to come tomorrow as the NFL playoffs are officially underway. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams doing battle with the Arizona Cardinals. As for our game, it has been very one-sided in that first half, but you can't take anything for granted in playoff football, as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Callaway, the return man. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 29, Winston. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Hurts.
Open man has got it, the tight end. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now a carry for Sanders.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage. But
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Marcus Davenport, his 2nd sack of the night. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Saints will have the football back. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw is Winston.
That's out to the flat for Ingram. And he is going to have a Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
To throw again. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 17, Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they all...
Touchdown, Eagles! Chris Watkins, 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles get a score closer.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2.
Hurts will throw.
Pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Callaway, the return man. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that fear.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Rodney McLeod up to make the tackle.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jameis to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Winston. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Now Winston.
Throw left side complete to Troutman.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Now back to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go, D.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he's got his big tight end here.
And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Quez Watkins.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
He's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy.
Yeah.
In addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints will barely hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, what's the ball?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The Sanders has got it complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Pass complete. Goddard. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Finding Watkins.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, that's Ward. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Hurts to throw.
This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. That time, a 9-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Callaway, the return man. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.